Diib's Dilemma is an arcade-style game made way back in 1999, and boy, does it ever feel like it's even older. Starting the game up, I was immediately reminded of the multitude of terrible shareware games I had played way back in the day. The extremely basic menu, the hard-to-read text, the ear-splittingly loud MIDI music you can only turn on and off, not down. My dread is palpable. Speaking of the story, there really isn't much to it. You're a student of the feared necromancer Diib, or Diib, and one day you demand to learn his most powerful spells. He agrees to help you, if you manage to survive his challenge. Yeah, this is a very basic setup for an arcade-style game. We're probably lucky to even get this much. Beginning a new game, you'll be brought to a menu where you can set up your current spells and make new ones. However, you're really limited in the beginning. You can only set 2 spells, and you can't make any new ones until you've collected the requisite number of items. Going into the first level, I immediately got what I was supposed to do. Run around the map and take care of all the enemies, collecting the items they drop, and try not to lose all my health. Of course, that isn't easy because of how god-awful the controls are. Your character's walking speed is extremely slow, and the isometric viewpoint is really disorienting. I had to keep reminding myself that up was here, so I wouldn't keep going the wrong way. Casting spells is also kind of a nightmare because of 2 things. 1, spells that require an enemy to walk into them, like Thorn, don't show where they are placed. You just dump them somewhere and hope someone walks into them. And number 2, you have to play an annoying game of walking back and forth to actually hit enemies. As soon as you position your slow ass in front of them, they have a tendency to walk to the side, so you miss. Over and over and over. Great. Oh yeah, did I mention that sometimes the game glitches out and your sprite disappears entirely? Picking up items for your spells is also a pain because you have to physically walk over them, and sometimes the game doesn't register you did that. And if you killed the last enemy and it drops an item, you can't get it at all. Stronger spells make this game marginally easier, but not by a whole lot. I was still trapped in the backwards and forwards dance of trying to hit enemies, and once they got stronger and faster, I wanted to quit the game as quickly as possible. While some of you may be thinking, hey, go easy on the game, it's old, I say screw that noise. This game came out the same year as Age of Empires 2 and System Shock 2. Yeah, this one has no excuse and barely even deserves the bargain bin. Normally I play every game I review to completion, but I do make an exception for arcade-style games that don't change their mechanics and just make you play until you die. I got about 25 levels deep into this and decided that that was enough. Honestly, I think someone could take this concept and make something really fun and addicting, but Diib's Dilemma is a terrible game that isn't worth your time in the slightest. Stay away from this.